TV presents Spooky Cake, our Halloween special, and with the recipe this week, Tatyana.
Hey guys, welcome to Spooky Cake, and today we're just gonna do a horrifying holiday twist on your everyday yellow cake. So let's just dive right in. First, we're gonna take our yellow cake batter and just open that up. Pour it right on into our bowl. Alright, and then you'll just follow the box directions. And so next, we'll add a half cup of oil. And just pour that straight into your dry batter. Next will be a full cup of water. Careful not to spill. And add that to the oil and the dry batter. All right, and now that that's done, I'll add 3 whole eggs. All right, and then you'll just take your whisk and begin to mix up. Start slowly at first as to try not to make a mess, even though I think the best part of cooking is the mess. And then you'll want to start to do slower turn mixes just to get everything mixed in together, getting it light and fluffy. And you don't have to have it completely mixed in a certain amount of time or anything. So far, this has been an ordinary recipe, but now just to spice things up, we're going to add our orange gel food coloring. The amount varies. All you do is just squeeze any amount you want in there. And then begin to mix that in slow as well. And it starts to change into this bright, super bright neon orange color. And you're going to want to just mix that up. You know you're mixing well if your arms hurt. You want to make sure there are no chunky pieces. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. Now at this point, this is when I like to add more orange coloring just to make it more of a vibrant color. And then we mix her up again. Like I said, you start out slow and in the center, and then as you get more confident with keeping it in the bowl, you can mix with larger circles. Make sure you're scraping the sides so you get all your ingredients mixed together. All right, now that that's done, we're going to move on to placing it in the pan to go ahead and throw it in the oven. And all you want to do is just scoop every last bit you can of that batter into your round pan. And after that, you'll just stick her in the oven, and we'll let that cook, and yeah.
Many people, day to day, travel to unknown places. Now viewing directions has been made easier and safer. Introducing Map Specs. Never fumble around with distracting GPS systems again with these helpful glasses that display the map on your glasses. Get yourself a pair of Map Specs today. Happy travels!
Cake in the oven, and so now we'll move on to our frosting. First, you're going to take your ordinary vanilla frosting and scoop it out with your spoon into a clear bowl. And now, to spice things up, we'll add our purple color dye. Uh-oh. There you go. And you can squirt just a tad in there. Place it to the side and begin to mix with your spoon. Since purple is more of a darker color, it turns out very vibrant at first, so most of the time you don't have to add any more coloring. But make sure you're scraping all the way to the bottom of the bowl, because the white icing will get stuck there. And you can always add just a little bit more coloring. And then continue to mix until it's all even. All right, now that we have that how we like, we're going to take our finished cake and we're going to start to ice it. You just want to take different globs and just slightly move across the cake, not to mess with the bread. The bread's kind of sensitive, especially coming straight out of the oven. Also may want to let it cool for about 15 to 20 minutes before icing. That'll help with keeping the cake intact so it doesn't fall apart. Easier way to spread it out is to just take giant globs of it and just spreading it out nice and even. If you're like me, I love lots of icing on my cake. I know some people, though, think icing isn't that great. That's okay. After you have the top how you want, you then start on the sides. You'll just scrape that around there. Try to keep it nice and thick layered so that, again, we don't mess up the cake and its bread-like pattern. Now, after you have your cake iced to the best of your ability, you can always add different color icings, like to mix with the purple to make it any more spooky than you want, or you can go for a slight, subtle spooky cake like we're going for today. Since we have a bunch of leftover icing, we're just going to pile that on top and smooth it out evenly. A good tip is to always keep your extra icing on the top of the cake. That way it's not as messy when you're cutting slices for your friends to enjoy. Now, last but not least, to add to our delightful, spooky looking cake here, is we're going to take these silver and black sprinkles and just lightly toss them on the top. Trying not to make a mess. And last but not least, you can cut into your cake and you have a nice, beautiful, spooky orange and purple cake.